from the Press Association, and make sure you receive the mic before you ask your question. Thank you.
Eoin, has that been a good couple of days? You've had good news from the doctors and then a good performance on the pitch to sort of lead into the first game?
Yeah, it has. I suppose the only thing where we missed today, the two opening bowlers probably would have liked to bowl a little bit more, but such is the game, they're fully prepared. But today as a whole is, very happy with the performance.
And in terms of the fitness, your finger and obviously Woody's scan has come back clear, so things are looking good in terms of getting a 15 to choose from.
Yeah, best possible news with the both of them. Obviously, Woody being a fast bowler, it's inevitable that we will have injuries, but to come back with the scan as clear as it could be is great. Yeah, so all ready for Thursday.
And would you have liked to bat today, or are you quite happy just to let that rest up for another day?
No, I would have liked to bat. That's the reason I played, but as such it is. I'll have a hit here after, and I'll have a hit Wednesday and be as prepared as ever. I'm lucky I've spent some time in the Pakistan series at the crease, so I feel reasonably good.
You've been saying for a few days that you're ready for the tournament to start, and you probably would have liked to have started already. Is there a danger when you get a one-sided game like that, you can lose a bit of intensity or just go off the board a little bit?
I don't think so. No, I don't foresee that happening. I think when you play as convincingly as that, it builds confidence in the hard work that you do, both in training and in the game. And the other side of it is it does give you the afternoon and early evening to switch off. You're not playing another close game against a strong side. So there are a lot of positives from today.
And just on your own finger, I mean, you're playing a game within 3 days, which is quite rapid. Were you concerned just at that moment when you first did it?
When I first did it, I was, yeah. It probably looked worse than it was. I'm lucky it was a dislocation and not a break, because that probably would have been a bigger setback potentially.
So did you put it back or just?
Not a doctor put it back, yeah.
Okay. Gentleman at the front here. Wait for the mic, thank you.
Good afternoon. What was your assessment of Afghanistan today? I mean, obviously it didn't click for them today, but do you think they're a side that can challenge or give a tough time to some of the sides later when the tournament kicks off properly?
Yes, I think there will be a side that'll give a number of teams a tough day out. We didn't see a lot of them today, but I think with franchise tournaments around the world and more Afghanistan players playing and getting more exposure, a lot of the guys know, I suppose the disadvantage of that is they get to know them and see them a lot more. And an advantage is that they are playing a lot more high quality cricket.
Dino?
I mean, I know that your batting lineup has obviously performed well over the last little while, but when you see Jason dealing with a low total like that, what kind of confidence does that do?
Yeah, it does a huge amount. When Jason is hitting it as well as that, I think not only it imposes our game on the opposition, but also feeds right through the changing room. The aggressive, authoritative nature in which he plays builds a lot of confidence. And Johnny's the same. The two of them at the top of the order impose themselves on the game when they get an opportunity, and that's brilliant.
And just in terms of injuries, again, I guess coming into this match, that might have just been at the back of a few people's minds, not wanting to get injured. How important was it to come through unscathed, and is that almost the biggest relief than anything else?
I don't think it's a relief. At some stage we will have injuries throughout the course of group stages or wherever it might be, so we're going to have to deal with that as and when. But and sort of the level of intensity within the 50 over game now, somebody's going to get injured along the line. Yeah.
George, and the gentleman to your right.
You couldn't realistically be in a better state, could you? You feel ready?
Yeah, we do. We felt ready probably the last week or so. If we didn't play these warm-up games, we still would have been in a position where we felt confident enough to go into that first game.
Yeah. Gentleman to your right, thank you.
Along with Australia and India, England this time look to be the favourites. Does that put a bit of pressure? It's been a while since England have been rated as the favourites going into the World Cup.
No, it's a huge compliment, and the pressure is actually quite a huge opportunity. I'd much rather be going in favourites than not even considered contenders.
Take a couple more. Will?
How much have you thought about South Africa, or have you just been saving that until now?
No, actually quite a bit. I've always said the first game of a World Cup always feels different than any other game. So naturally you do think a lot more about it and how it'll look on the day. So yeah, quite a bit.
And how do you stop your players getting caught up in the sort of emotion and hype of a tournament they've been waiting so long for to start?
No, it's very difficult to do. Everybody's going to feel, that anticipation and that excitement of playing the first game, and it will be different than any other day. It'll be great, and I'll be encouraging guys to embrace it.
Yes, sir.
Owen, for the first time in a long while, South Africa is not considered one of the favourites. Do you think that might make them more dangerous?
I'm not sure.
Less expectations, maybe. Less likely to choke.
When you play against an opposition, you don't consider them as favourites or second favourites or third favourites. It's what turns up on the day, and I think we'll do the same come Thursday.
Last question at the back from Stefan.
Owen, you were just talking about how ready you feel 3 days out from the first game. Can you just talk a little bit about the difference in your feelings now compared to 4 years ago when you were in Australia and New Zealand and you'd been given the job late and things were a little bit up in the air and chaotic?
Yeah, the next 3 days will be quite chaotic, trying to think about what we're going to do and how we're going to turn things around. We just come out of a tri-series where Australia beat us up and down Australia, and I think we beat India once at Brisbane. That got us through to the final, where we were beaten again. And we're constantly trying to find a formula that might work in the group stages. So we did a lot of meetings and chats about how we can get better. Whereas tomorrow I'm playing a lot of golf and practice on Wednesday and then come play on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
On that note, England won't train tomorrow.